Baseball's regular season is here, and the injury bug is already feasting on some of the game's top players. We have every single MLB injury chronicled here and updated often to let you know who is in or out each night and beyond. But this page will look at the most important injuries in MLB and how they are affecting teams and players moving forward. Notable MLB injuries. Injury, biceps status, on 10-day ill, return timetable unknown. April 1 update, Stanton was placed on the injured list one day after going 0 for 2 with 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. There was no obvious play where he suffered the injury. The Yankees did not announce the severity of the injury nor a timetable for Stanton's return. Injury, shoulder status, on 10-day ill, return imminent. April 12 update, Kershaw will return to the Dodgers rotation on Monday to face the Cincinnati Reds. Kershaw will be making his season debut. Injury, shoulder status, on 10-day ill, out until at least mid-May, probably longer. April 8 update, Severino has suffered a setback on his ailing rotator cuff. He was throwing long toss and it didn't feel great. He's having an MRI in New York in the coming days. Injury, strained calf status, on 10-day ill. April 12 update, Sanchez was placed on the ill retroactive to April 11. At this point, there's no reason to think he'll miss longer than the necessary time. Injury, upper back strain status, on 10-day ill, won't resume baseball activities for 6 to 8 weeks. April 9 update, Clayton exited his Sunday start early, 5 IP, 10K, with back tightness, and he was later diagnosed with a high-grade strain of his teres major muscle in his upper back. Manager Terry Francona told reporters on Tuesday that Clayton won't pick up a baseball for 6 to 8 weeks. Injury, hamstring status, on 10-day ill, expected to miss 1 or 2 starts. April 10 update, the Chicago Cubs placed lefty Jon Lester on the 10-day injured list, after tweaking his left hamstring while running the bases on Monday in the Cubs' home opening win over the Pirates. Chicago manager Joe Maddon told 670 The Score that he expects Lester to miss 1 or 2 starts. Injury, calf, ankle status, on 10-day ill, return timetable unknown. April 3 update, Lindor was rehabbing a calf injury when he suffered an acute ankle sprain running the bases. He's since been cleared to resume baseball activities, with an eye on returning in late April or early May. Injury, recovery from Tommy John surgery status, won't pitch in 2019, may return as DH in May. March 7 update, the Angels' two-way sensation underwent Tommy John surgery in October. He recently began his post-surgery throwing program, but he won't pitch in 2019. He will, however, resume his role as the Angels' primary DH, possibly as early as May. As MLB.com's Allison Footer reports, Ohtani recently began hitting soft toss, which is an important step forward. Injury, finger status, on 10-day ill, return timetable unknown. April 3 update, Turner fractured his finger after being hit by a ball on a bunt attempt. He left the game immediately afterward. So far, no timetable has been provided. Injury, shoulder status, on 10-day ill, out until at least May. March 8 update, Martinez was shut down earlier this spring because of discomfort in his throwing shoulder. He received a PRP injection in late February and could resume throwing inside of a week. He's not likely to be ready by opening day, but his progress suggests that he could return soon after that. Injury, shoulder status, on 10-day ill, return timetable unknown. March 29 update, Polanco underwent labrum surgery last September, which he required him to start the regular season on the injured list. Polanco saw action in AAA on March 28. Injury, shoulder status, on 10-day ill, could miss up to a month. April 4 update, the Pirates placed Dickerson on the ill with a posterior strain to his right shoulder. Injury, heel status, on ill, expected to play this season. Feb. 15 updates. Last summer, the Mets outfielder underwent surgery on both heels, so the recovery process has been a methodical one. There's no clear timetable for his return, and this point the only guide is BicepsStatus' mid-February statement that he believes he will return to the active roster at some point in 2019. Earlier that same month, Mets GM Brodie Van Wagenen indicated that the team probably wouldn't have a time frame for BicepsStatus' return until after the regular season begins. Injury, elbow status, on 10-day ill. out until at least early April. April 1 update, Foltynevich's right elbow soreness appears not to be a serious ailment, but he was unable to recover in time for opening day. Foltynevich is expected to make a AAA rehab start on April 4th in hopes of returning to the bigs later in the month. Injury, foot status, on 10-day ill, out until at least early May. March 8 update, on Tuesday, Sano had surgery on a laceration to his lower Achilles area of his right ankle. The injury took place in January, but the Twins elected to get more aggressive in the treatment. The Twins knew the injury took place in the Dominican Republic but were reportedly surprised as to the severity once Sano arrived in camp. Sano isn't expected to begin baseball activity until the middle of April, per Chief Baseball Officer Derek Felvey, MLB.com. Injury, knee status, on 10-day ill, return imminent. April 12 update, Sabathia will return to the Yankees rotation on Saturday, April 13 to face the Chicago White Sox. It will mark his season debut. Injury, back status, on 10-day ill, out until at least early April. April 1st update, Hicks began the season on the injured list due to a lower back injury suffered in early March. Hicks, who signed a 7-year extension in the offseason, has yet to resume baseball activities, but is hopeful of a return in April. Injury, shoulder status, on 10-day ill, return timetable unknown. April 12 update, Betances did not have a good simulated game and is unlikely to return anytime soon. Injury, shoulder status, on 10-day ill, out until at least mid-April. March 29 update, Jeffers is dealing with right shoulder inflammation. He threw an inning in extended spring training and is expected to throw again on Tuesday. Could turn by mid-April. Injury, toe status, on 10-day ill, out until at least June. March 29 update, Upton sustained a left big toe sprain late in spring training and opened the season on the ill retroactive to March 25. He's expected to miss 8 to 12 weeks of action. Injury, elbow status, on 10-day ill, return timetable unknown. March 29 update, Heaney, who is dealing with left elbow inflammation, is expected to undergo an MRI on April 1st. Injury, hand status, on 60-day ill, out until at least June. March 29 update, Seager is working his way back from left-hand surgery in March and is not expected to swing a bat until May. He is expected to be out until possibly June. View profile. Injury, knee status, on 10-day ill. April 1 update, Pedroia, who has been sidelined due to left knee inflammation, is expected to start a Class A rehab assignment on April 4th, and could be activated by April 9. Injury, recovering from October 2018 Tommy John surgery. Status, on 10-day ill, out until at least June. March 29 update, began throwing and taking dry swings in March. Could return at some point in June. Out for the 2019 season.